We got J Mitch, we got Jackie Boy.
He tried to jump up and he might have knocked it in.
Good time, let's go. What a start to the Monday. I mean, I'm from Lafayette. My boys will come in and say,
oh, God. So me and Joe on the ground, I got Joe in the headlock. And he's sitting there, he's punching me in the stomach, like, punching me.
Here, is everyone sitting around? Who here thinks Chico can practice today after having 5 full beers? And he goes, Chad Jones, right? Chad Jones. 6 minutes. For 7 minutes, right? Chad's like, no, man, I don't think Chico can practice today. And I was like, I look back, I'm like, Jesus Christ. I saw you there. You were more fucked up than me.
On the spirit plane had some issues, I think. She was sleep farting.
you heard her or you just thought it was her?
I sat right next to her. So,
Whoa. What was that?
time for
Good
the
show.
I don't even know what I'd be doing.
Now, when you do go to spring training, are you going to bring your chinchilla and your turtle?
My dad tell you about it.
The SEC is, God, they hate fat people. I mean, I get crushed for that. You know what I mean? It's like, come on, man.
Hey, just the South, bro. You got a bunch of food down here. Like they should.
Look at Lloyd.
You know what, Lloyd?
You're looking for a recruiting coordinator, coach. I'm here.
He's like, I'll piss my pants right now.
No way.
We're wearing gray pants, long gray pants. He goes, I'll piss my pants right now. Hello. Welcome back to Mik'd Up. Today's Wednesday, March 12th. I got a big show for you. Listen, me and Lloyd going to be cutting it up together today. Jared, working man. He's out in Houston,
Inside
Texas. He's got some events he has to go to. Businessman. Working hard.
Why don't we talk about those events?
I've been there. Have you
been to the rodeo?
No, I've never been. I've been to a rodeo. But he's going there. He's schmoozing up at a rodeo. He's trying to, make some sales. I get it. I understand. Like, I've been in the whole, you got to schmooze it over and try to win business. I understand. I've had to sacrifice my show sometimes for that, but we're going to be here and we're going to pick up the slack, and me and Lloyd are going to have a fun time. Got a lot to talk about, obviously. LSU.
Pretty good.
Sneaks out a win. Tuesday night. Only scored 18 runs. Gave up 4 at the end of the game. Scored 17 in the first 3 innings. Game was over, obviously. Game was over after the first, but definitely after the third. 17 runs. It was I think everybody in the lineup had a hit.
Except for, I'll give you one guess.
Except for, I know this answer, Milam.
Oh, damn it. Yeah.
He was 0 for 0 with 2 walks at one point.
Scored four ribbies. Scored 4 times.
Did he get a hit? I mean, did he get out? Did he get out? Record an out?
I don't think so.
So he walked.
But just didn't record it.
Because before going into the game, he had 11 game hitting streak. But if you go 0 for 0 with walks, it doesn't
Does it count?
It does not count.
Who got to make the rules?
So if you don't, as long as you don't have a recorded,
it's like you didn't play. It's like the. Have you seen the Ken Griffey story with?
Now, if you had a sacrifice fly, it would count because it goes.
Yeah,
that's the thing I don't. That's what I don't agree with.
It's still 0 for 0.
It's still 0 for 0, but it counts against your on base percentage, which is bullshit. If you didn't know that, if you ever go watch.
Oh, this is lineup scouring. Like
Listen
this
to
is
me.
like average scouring.
If you go, I've been there.
Yeah, no.
Like, if you go in the first like 3 or 4 games of the season, and you go look up and let's say.
Who's calling you?
Oh, Jared Foster.
Oh, answer it.
Yeah. You want to answer it?
Yeah, let's see. Tell them we're live though. I think that's like legal.
Hey. Yo. Hello? Can you hear me? Did you butt dial me? We're live.
There he
Hey,
is.
we're live on air right now, buddy.
What you got to say about LSU baseball?
We're live on air. What do you got to say about LSU baseball? Hold on. What do you got to say? Say it to the mic.
Say to the mic. All right.
You're choking under pressure right now.
I was.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, no.
We're going to put you up. You choked under pressure. You choked under pressure. It's okay. I'll call you after the show. Bye. Love you.
That was
He choked under
that was
pressure.
Jared, not Jerry.
That was not Jerry right there.
That was Jared.
That was Jared, not Jerry. It's okay. It happens. No, but what I was saying is if you watch if you go look at a game and you have 3 games, let's say you have 3 at bat or 3 games played, and their average is, they're hitting 250, and their on base percentage is, 235 or whatever,
not
and
good.
they have no walks, right? So you're like, well, how do you have a hit? How do you have? You're hitting 250, but your on base percentage is less than your average. That doesn't make sense. It's because he probably had a sacrifice fly. He doesn't have many walks, and it's gone below your average. So it counts against your on base percentage, not your average. Does that make sense? A sac fly.
No, that's what's funny about baseball is like you couldn't have like more of the
And
maybe
and
some of the dumbest people on earth have to figure out maybe the hardest subject on earth.
Right, and an
And
error.
then they'll all figure it out.
Right, an error obviously is an 0 for 1. It's an out. But a walk is an 0 for 0, but increases your on base percentage.
Error doesn't.
Error decreases your on base percentage. It counts as an out.
No.
So if you get a ground ball to shortstop and he makes a throw and makes an error to first base, it counts as an 0 for 1, but you reach base, and it doesn't help your on base percentage, which I disagree with. I think if you get on bases, your on base percentage should go up.
Yeah, that's
No
on
matter
base
what.
percentage.
I think there should be, with all the new stats, I think there should be a stat how many errors are created. Hey, this guy flies, so these infielders have to hurry up and get rid of the ball quickly to get this guy out. They panic, they make more errors, this guy gets on base. That's an asset.
Billy
That
Hamilton, Hall of Fame.
100%. Juan Pierre, Alexandria legend. Like, those guys are in the lineup not to hit homers, but to cause havoc on the bases, and because how fast they are. And that's part of it. Hey, we're going to put the ball in play, and there's only a few human beings that can do this, and we're one of them, so it should be an asset, and we should get rewarded for that. Did not think I was going to get on that soapbox at the beginning of the show, but that's a really good baseball conversation, which we can get into a little bit more. But LSU baseball, 18-4. A couple miscues later on in the game. It's hard to keep your focus when you're up 17-0 after 3 innings. Probably Friday, and 2 games on Sunday because Patty's Day got moved. The parade got moved to Sunday. I would imagine that means that I don't know if the game's going to get moved or not, but in typical Louisiana fashion, I would imagine that on Friday somehow the weather's going to pass through at like 12 midnight and be done by 4 a.m. and weather be nice and pretty for Saturday. Could have had the parade, maybe play. Right? They're not going to move the game until probably after the game on Friday, I would imagine.
It'll be one of the announcements that comes from like the LSUsports.net when it says like the Friday recap, right, of the game and then TBD for Saturday.
Postponed. Or, hey, we're talking to meteorologists and, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So we'll see. But
Jay has put himself in that hole where
No
he
doubt.
is a weather guy.
no doubt. But that's okay. It's going to happen. Listen, got a big weekend series this year. Missouri is a team that you should take advantage. You should take advantage of. Take advantage of.
2 of 3.
It's a 2 of 3. You just want to win series. That's the main thing. If you sweep them, great start to the SEC. But once you get an SEC conference play, you want to just win series and move on. A sweep would be nice. That'd be an added bonus. If you're watching basketball, if you didn't know, LSU basketball is still playing. Don't call it a comeback. They start the first game of the SEC tournament right now. If you win the SEC tournament, you get an at-large bid. So maybe they get hot at the right time, make a little run in the tournament, get in there.
Let them get out of conference play. Let them get out the SEC.
Listen, a new season.
New season.
Oh,
no.
Listen, they play some tough games late, before the last couple. But, who knows? They're playing right now. I don't know what the score is because it's commercial. But they are there. Saints, free agency. Everybody's talking about free agency. They haven't done anything. They signed Justin Reed, obviously a Louisiana native. Played for the Houston Texans, then the Kansas City Chiefs, and now with the New Orleans Saints. He is playing alongside Tyrann Mathieu. They were teammates, I believe, in Houston.
Yep.
Right? Not in Kansas. Justin Reed replaced Tyrann Mathieu in Kansas City, correct?
And
now they are back together, playing together in Louisiana, in their home state. So should be interesting, should be fun. Obviously, Justin Reed has had a lot of success at maybe in sex too.
Probably
a lot of sex too.
Great sperm went to Stanford.
A lot of success. Brother of
Eric
Reed. Eric Reed, biggest arms I've ever seen in my entire life. Maybe second to
LaRon.
Well, but Eric Reed was different.
Natural.
LaRon's was natural. Eric's was natural. LaRon's was not natural, but like big.
You tell him that.
Eric Reed he was in school and I was in school. And his arms would go down to his knees and his biceps were like this big. I'm like, this guy's
gonna play.
Yeah, he's 6'3", 220 pounds, and he is a freak.
I'll always think of
great genetics.
Like the first genetic freak I think of is Taylor Mays, like USC.
Yeah,
where like looks great off the bus.
Yeah,
can't really play. Eric Reed looked great off the bus, can play.
Oh man, I'm gonna forget this guy's name. Florida State had a linebacker. This one rivals at its height, and his name was like, I think his last name was like Sims, or something.
Oh shit!
And he was like a middle line. He looked like he was 40 years old coming out of high school, and he was an absolute. It was probably maybe like 2005, like a top linebacker in the nation. Ernie Sims. Look at him. How crazy is he?
Now he's a defensive analyst for FSU.
But did he show the high school picture?
It shows him at Florida State.
Is he jacked?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think he panned out. But maybe he did. I don't know. Anyway, got a lot to talk about. Got a lot of conversation to be had. LSU football, talking about football, they are in the middle of their spring practice. A lot of stuff to iron out, but a lot of energy and a lot of positivity coming around the stadium. LSU's down by 1 point against Mississippi State. I was
talking to somebody last night as conversations happen at the bar.
Also, ask Mikie and Mitch.
Yes.
Ask Mikie today.
Ask Mikie.
And Lloyd.
And me.
And Lloyd.
Mike Eminem. Still works.
Ask me and Mikie.
Yes. Mikey and I?
Oh, no. That doesn't work. Me, myself, and Irene.
But we were talking about if you wanted to make money on LSU basketball, bet the first half for LSU, and then bet the second half against LSU, and you probably would have won. I think somebody said he was like 24-5.
Yeah, I mean
that.
They play great, or vice versa. If they have a bad first, early in the season it was a bad first half, they play a good second half. So like you pick one half, right? Like if you miss on the first bet, just go
the opposite
of the second bet. Yeah.
That's what LSU has been. So if you want to bet, wait for the second half. You can bet
16-15 right now. LSU's up with 12 minutes to go in the first half.
And then I will bet. Who are they playing? Florida?
They're playing Mississippi State.
Yeah,
so maybe winnable.
State, second half.
Yeah.
Go ahead and put it in.
Put it in. Put it on the board.
You can.
You can't. All right.
Speaking of putting it on the board.
Put it on the board. A lot of runs put on the board last night. Also, we like to break down some swings. And so we have some swings that I guess I'm going to try to break down by myself today. Some repeat offenders are on this, but that means they have good swings consistently. That means they release the barrel consistently and hit homers. A lot of them.
I was wondering if that was too far. of an inside joke for Twitter, but I don't
People
think
got
it was.
it.
I think people realized what we were talking about because when it comes to the conversation that we were having, and even to ask Jay about it, was like, I've never heard that term in my life. And we did some digging on who was saying such, and does have an extensive history in baseball. How much of it is fabricated, not sure. But he is out there coaching the youth.
Yes. And
good swings.
there's good swings. I think
he's also confused about releasing the
I
barrel
said
means.
classic version of feel versus real type of thing, right? Like there's a lot of ways to get to what you're trying to get them to do, right? You know, a lot of people used to say load in your back hip or set your scap. You can't really set your scap, but like it's the feeling of like trying to, right? Like your scap's not going to set. It's already there. You're just trying to load back. It's just there's different terminology, so I understand it. And I don't want to trash anybody because the swings look great. The ones that he sent in, he didn't swing it. It was the swings and I will never trash a kid's swing that is
Wasn't asked to be trash.
Yeah, like he's, you know, I'm not gonna get him with a straight bullet, you know. But the terminology seems like it's a lot. I mean, if I was told that, I wouldn't even be able to swing. I'd be thinking so much at the plate of like, okay, how do I release the barrel and lead with the wrist, and I don't know.
And also flip your hands
at contact
every time.
Yeah. So like I get it. Swings looks fine. These swings are going to be some of the highlighted swings of the weekend. Also interesting stat on Bear Jones that I want to talk about at some point. We don't have to talk about it right now. But interesting stat because the narrative is he can't hit breaking balls, and that's why he didn't get drafted, and that is false. And so I will show you why it's false, and I'll show you the progression he has made as a baseball player. But last night, LSU goes up 17-0 early in the game. William Schmidt started the game through one inning, looked really good, took him out, which means he's going to throw this weekend. That would mean that what I would assume that means. Offense comes out there, guns blazing. I think in the first inning they scored 7 runs, and they only had one guy legitimately make an out, if that makes sense. So without getting a hit. So everybody gets on base, right? Then Luis Hernandez hits into a double play, but there was already a guy on base that got in a base hit. So 2 outs when one guy gets out. And then the third out of the inning was Curiel's second at bat of the inning. The double that he was trying to turn, which would have been a second double, try to turn to a triple and gets thrown out to end the inning. So technically, they only made really one out. One guy really made an out because Curiel got a base hit and then got out, so it counted as a hit and then just the third out, and then there was a double play. So pretty impressive first inning. And then Schmidt is followed up by Jaden Newt. Little erratic, walked 2 guys in the second inning and then struck out the side. When he's around the zone, he's nasty. He's got a lot of movement on his break on his fastball. He's got even more movement on his splitter or changeup or whatever the heck that thing is. It throws it at 88. His fastball's at 94. But when he's around the zone, he gets a lot of swings and misses, and he's pretty effective. Walking is when he gets in trouble. Walked 2, struck out 3. The concerning part.
4.
Because he pitched 2 innings.
Yeah, walked 2.
Yeah, he didn't walk any of the
4.
second inning that he pitched.
41 pitches, the highest of the evening.
But majority of those pitches came in the first inning he threw.
Yeah.
No
hits.
No hits.
No runs.
No runs.
No errors.
4 strikeouts.
4 strikeouts.
2 walks. The concerning.
No hitter.
No hitter. The concerning is Connor Ware. Been a little bit erratic since the first couple outings of the year for him. Feels like he's lost the feel for his fastball, and he's kind of all over the place, and he hasn't really gained that back. I'm not saying he can't, but he's got to figure out kind of what's gone awry with his arm slot or fastball, or why can't he control it? Yes.
Would you say that the reason, because Connor Ware's been starting in this spot a lot, like midweek, been going early and was very effective early. But then you see Schmidt go, obviously gets yanked early, not because of poor performance, but because it looked really good.
Yeah.
But do you think that's something that you'll see later on where you start seeing Schmidt maybe working more than that? Because all reports, right, everything this is coming from the head man, Jay. was Conner the most impressive pitcher that they had going before like competition started, right?
Right.
And now you get into actual competition. Would you say that maybe you're starting to see like he says he doesn't tinker, he does, but to see Schmidt maybe roll into that bullpen role of where Conner may have been before the year?
Maybe.
Because that's an electric guy to have come out. I get what Conner does, and if he's dotting it up and being able to pitch effectively, that's another arm that's from a different side that,
yeah,
is a great asset to have. But Schmidt is dominant.
Yeah, dominant. And the conversations around Schmidt is we wanted him to pitch in the midweek so we could build him up and get him to throw 4 or 5 innings throughout the course of the year and be that guy. And if you need to come out the pen, you can come out the pen. Well, it looks like he's going to be that guy that comes out the pen. I think that if they do that, though, they're going to try to give him a clean inning, right? Like they're going to let him kind of build up to that, like not say, hey, get rushed and get ready to go and then come back in. Like not a true bullpen guy. You know what I mean? I think a guy who's going to be able to say, all right, hey, you're going to go in, you're going to follow him, and you're going to go out and you're going to get loose and you're going to get loose and you're going to be ready for a clean inning. Somebody else may come in and get out of a jam if they have to. I think that guy is Cowan, right? He'll come in and get out of a jam. But I don't know if they're going to waste him on that either. I don't know if they'll waste him on, but yeah, I think that you're going to see him a lot more on the weekends. And then if somebody were to go down, God forbid, hopefully that never happens, but if somebody were to go down, he's the next man up, I would imagine, in the rotation. Tanner Reeves, swinging a hot bat, third base. This is what they expected from him. Doesn't feel like he's a third baseman right now. That'll come. People always talk about shortstop being the hardest spot in the infield. Third base to me is just as hard, right? You may not have to have as much range, but they call it the hot corner for a reason. Balls are coming at you hot, really hard. Not a lot of reaction time, and you have to be familiar with that area.
Well, certainly if you've never played the spot.
Certainly if you've never played the spot. He's got a lot of ability to play the infield. He's played the infield. So just give him some time. Let him try to figure it out. Let him see how the bounces are happening and how the ball comes off the bat before we jump to judgment on the defense. Obviously, Braswell defensively at third is probably the best bet. But Tanner, what he's doing with the bat right now, it's hard to keep him out.
I mean, this is like the oldest adage in baseball, but is it not true if you can swing it, you're going to find a spot for you?
100%. If you're swinging a hot bat, you're going to play. There's going to be a spot. And look, interesting move. And I don't know if they were trying to it was just giving Curiel a break with his leg. You know how many hits he had?
I don't know. I had to close it out because we're skipping on the stream.
Oh. Internet. Let me turn the TV off.
No. I think it's because I had those swings loaded in here, so I'm just going to have to pull them in. So give me a time whenever you're ready for them.
Yeah. All right. Here you go. Jake Brown 3 for 3. Tanner Reeves 2 for 3. Daniel Dickinson 1 for 3. Curiel 3 for 3. Jared Jones 3 for 4. They do not have Pearson. Pearson 2 for 2 with an RBI. So he stays hot. He's got an embarrassment of riches out there, and they're all playing well. Good time for good. Let's see. I'm trying to see. It says Milam walked 3 times. I don't have the box score. I can find the box score though, because I'm curious to see if Milam had an official at bat. Because 11-game history.
I think he did have one ground out to short, they were saying in the chat.
Did he?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's 0 for 1 with 3 walks. Tough way to lose an 11-gamer. My freshman year, I was on a 13-gamer to start my career, or when I started. And I got a day off, which I don't know why. I was a freshman. I didn't deserve a day off. In midweek against Nichols. And we were losing. And they started pinch hitting at the end of the game to win the game. And I hit, and they didn't have exit velo at the time, any of that stuff. I probably hit a 105-mile-an-hour ground ball at shortstop, and they threw me out, and I was 0 for 1, and a 13-game hitting streak snapped. And then I had an 11-game hitting streak after that. I was like, damn, I would have been 24-gamer. That'd have been nice. But, for the team, I don't want to be selfish. Obviously you're never going to tell anybody no because you wanted to get that bat. You felt like you were going to get a hit. that at bat, and did not happen. But so Milam's 11-game hitting streak is,
I believe, toast.
kaput.
Start a new one.
Start a new one.
Oh, no.
Start a new one. Get it right. Get it right. Get it tight.
Get in the chat.
Ask Mikey and Mitch.
That's where I'm about to. I'm nervous about the internet as of the moment. All right, we're up. We're up.
Okay, we're up. We're up. I know we're working. We have the other internet ready. We just got to have somebody. We need some technical support on how to navigate making it work with everything. Is basically where we're at. You know, look, limited resources. We make the most of what we got, and you know, I like what we got. You know, we make it work. You want me to go through Twitter?
I've got it over here.
Okay. Just making sure.
Yeah, we're all good. Let me get to
Phew.
the chat.
Ask Mikey and Mitch.
You are right. A lot of clips of Jared for this for this interview.
Well, look, he had great questions.
He did.
He has a bunch of great questions.
Everybody eats.
Everybody eats.
Okay. Ask Mikey and Mitch.
Yes.
Ask Mikey. Do you remember being
And
at
me.
the World Series at Rocco's and a guy giving you some money you dropped on the ground? This must have been 2023.
This was definitely 2023. I don't think Rocco's was there in 2009.
Oh, it definitely was. It's a Jello shot place.
In 2009 didn't have it. We didn't do that. That wasn't a thing.
Y'all didn't go out?
Not to Rocco's. Do I remember somebody giving me money?
I think I was there for this.
I think I do, vaguely.
Well, it was
I mean,
Dylan
look, we're
Smith.
at Rocco's with Jello shots, so like, you gotta give me a little bit of a break.
I went through my phone because we're making a new trailer for the morning show,
Oh, nice.
and a lot of it is just like it makes me look terrible.
What do you mean?
Well, it's a lot of just me. Like 2023 was the year of the booze cruise,
Ah,
and so like a lot of this is good content. I didn't realize how much I was actually putting out.
the booze cruise.
Yeah, it's like this is bad for me.
This is great for you.
Yeah, well, health wise,
No, it was great. It was great.
taxing, I would imagine.
Yeah.
But yeah, there were some pictures of us at Rocco's where like Jello shots everywhere.
Everywhere. We had Fred send us with money to buy a bunch
Yeah,
of
that
Jello
was-
shots.
If we're gonna do this again, which I do think everybody is planning,
I've already looked up it. I don't want to jinx us.
Don't
Okay.
mush.
Okay.
I'm just saying, if that is in the cards, again,
Yes,
if that's
we're
something
going.
you want to do, which I appreciate, everybody does. Let's figure out a better way than Venmoing me money and me paying, and then having to move the money from my Venmo into my account, because that's
What do you mean?
like I had to pay personally
For what?
like the Jello shots. People were like, I sent you $500.
Oh, you're talking about other people, not me.
No, yeah, not you. I'm not worried about your money.
yeah,
You're
yeah.
fine.
Well,
But
you
yeah.
could. Did you have a problem transferring the money into your account?
I just keep all of my money in Venmo, so it can't be taxed. But you couldn't pay with Venmo at Rocco's.
Of course not.
And so it was like, oh, this is coming. Now I have to pay $500.
Yeah, but so you never put that into your account.
No, but I just didn't expect. I thought it was going to be easier to transfer over. Like, do y'all take Venmo? Like, can I Venmo y'all also?
I see what you're saying. I see
And
what
they're
you're
like,
saying.
no. And
What
that
you
makes
should have
sense
done.
too.
What you should have done is saying, "Hey, my bank account's not allowing me to transfer this money into my account. Can you spend some random person? Can you buy $500 and I'll Venmo you the $500?" That's what you should have done.
Regardless,
Yeah,
worked out.
a lot of
But
moving
yes,
parts.
Yes, a lot of moving parts. So in
We'll
the
have a
future,
GoFundMe for Lloyd.
maybe a 2025 GoFundMe.
I mean, I'd imagine that the Jello shot record's still there, right?
Yeah, didn't
I mean,
get touched.
nobody touched it, right?
888
888.
88.
Yep.
New hats coming soon.
But I do remember that. So thank you for that. It's very nice, very kind of you to
Oh,
send
but
me
yeah,
my
just
money.
like it just harken back some memories. Whenever I saw the picture, I was like, "This is brutal," but
Man.
also a fantastic time.
You had a bachelor party there, which was great fun, but you missed some moments with us.
Definitely, that's what the next one's for.
We had an extra room in the top floor that was waiting for you that you just couldn't be a part of.
God,
It's all right.
it's all right.
We could do.
We
do
always
it
have
again.
the SEC tournament.
We do have the SEC tournament. I wish I would be there this year, but I'll not be. Unfortunately, I'll be in. Think.
Ask Mikey. Oh, his dad found it. Dylan Smith. Ask Mikey
Thank
from
your dad.
Swallow Snake Bites.
Hey.
Hey. Whatever you do in your free time, buddy, that's up to you. Is Broswell done at third base in the day-to-day lineup, or is this Tanner's to lose now?
I think it's still gonna be a. I still think it's gonna be a platoon thing.
Do you think it's a lefty-righty thing?
I think so. I think that if there's a lefty starter, I think you'll see Braswell start. So I don't think he's done at third. I mean, if Reeves continues to hit and starts hitting lefties, then maybe. But there's going to be a spot for him, especially defensively.
There's nowhere to put him in the outfield because I was thinking of where else to put him. No, and you can't put him at second because Dickinson's still swinging.
You're not DHing him.
Yeah, and you can't DH him. That's really like if you go through the lineup, like, can he catch?
No. And catching's been fine.
I'm talking about if there's one weak spot in the lineup.
Right.
Like considering how everybody else is hitting above 400, it feels like there's one more spot if you're just playing pretend baseball. Like, would you not be like, all right, if I made the perfect lineup, that would be the spot to
Yeah, I mean, it would be, but
can't
because you just can't.
And I think we're all expecting. I think Louis going to heat up here in a bit.
He got a hit last night, two RBI single. I'm trying to log into D1 baseball, but it always logs me out and it pisses me off. And my password.
I think you're going to make a ton of friends. I think that's fine.
Huh?
I think people are still upset with you on baseball.
Yeah, no, it's just, I'm trying to get in there so I can see the box score without having to stutter.
LSUsports.net.
I know. You're right.
To piggyback, ask Mikey and Mitch. Is it okay to ignore Reeves' third base defense due to him hitting well? He's played well offensively, but third base doesn't seem supernatural to him. I
think that you got to just give him some time. He can play the infield, and third base is just a different animal. If he's not used to playing third base, you're going to have to give him some time to kind of understand how the ball bounces, how it comes off the bat, those types of things. I think he's going to be all right at third.
And probably one of the harder positions to hop in and play. Like second,
correct.
Especially as a former, he played second base to where it comes at you a little bit easier.
Correct.
You have time, everything is kind of working for you at that spot. And then to move to third, it's a totally different beast.
Correct.
Hot Boudin.
Hey. Cold couscous.
Come on, Jamarcus. Show us who he is. Favorite baseball stadium to play at, not named Alec Box. Professional or college?
Fenway Park. I mean, awesome.
Seventh inning stretch. Bregman is going to reap that benefit as well.
Who? Oh, yeah. I mean, a multitude of reasons why. But just atmosphere, tradition. I played very well there. Seventh inning stretch. Sweet Caroline's awesome. City of Boston's awesome. That was my favorite. Yeah.
If you could play for one team.
Love playing at Ole Miss, too. Love playing at Swayze.
Yeah. Not Bama?
In college. Baseball? No. They got a new stadium, though.
Good for them. Oh, that's all that gambling money.
Yeah. Look, Luis 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs last night.
It's fine.
So, he's getting there.
Everybody got a party yesterday.
Everybody.
Rock City Research at Rock City HD. Which hitters are you confident will not fall off when SEC play starts, and which are you not so sure about? This is a great question because it is
great question.
It's a great temperament to kind of gauge how you feel about whether it be freshmen or transfers in the lineup, and because there's going to be an adjustment period for people at some point, and I think it should be prefaced before it happens.
All right, let's go through this real quick. So it's pretty impressive.
The numbers are insane.
Curiel's hitting 450. Jared Jones hitting 448. Mom's hitting 391. Jake Brown's hitting 391. Dickinson's hitting 373. Stanfield's hitting 327. Luis Hernandez, as much as people think he's not playing, he's hitting 275. Right? So, he's staying afloat until he gets hot. Majority of the bats, Josh Pearson's hitting 351. Tanner Reeves hitting 333. Now, they're not all going to be doing that all year. Right? So, a fall off is relative because Curiel's not going to hit 350. 450 this year. He's just not. I hope he does, but it's not going to happen.
I don't think it's a slight.
It's not. I'm not. disrespecting the kid's talent because he's extremely talented and he's going to hit over 300 and have a great year. But he's not going to hit 450. Jared Jones didn't get hit 450. So all these numbers are going to come back down to earth. You're going to see Curiel go through a little bit of a bumpy road at some point. I don't know how long that's going to last. We've talked about this on the show. The way he's able to work walks and has mature at-bats, I believe that's going to shorten his struggles. And so I think you're going to see that. Obviously, Milam understands what they expect in the SEC. He's going to come down a little bit from 391. Dickinson, I wouldn't be shocked if you saw him go through some bumps and bruises in the road. It's going to be a grind through some things.
Well, because the way you put it, and I don't think it's a slight towards him, it's just where he played before this. Like, this is pitching that he's used to.
Right.
Like, he's seen some of these arms at 83 to 88, maybe touching 90, 92.
For sure.
Like, this feels natural to him. When it gets to 95, 97, we'll see. It's not a slight against him. He just hasn't really.
And I don't even think it's a 95, 97. I think it's the other stuff that comes with the 95, 97, right?
Nothing to sit on.
Right, yeah, it's like you've got elite stuff, and again, I don't think they're going to struggle all year. I just think that there's going to be bumps in the road. So to answer that question, that's a hard question to answer. Who do I think is going to fall off? I don't know if anybody's going to fall off a cliff, but I do think you're going to see some stretches from a couple different guys at different times. Hopefully not all at the same time. That would not be good. But at different times where, okay, this guy has gone through a couple weeks of struggles. I mean, Dylan Cruz did it last year. Or 2 years ago as a junior. Was it last year? No, 2 years ago. Last year. When was Dylan's last year? Last year.
No,
2 years ago. 23.
23.
So in 23,
if he was in the lineup
because
last year,
it
it would have been a different beast.
No doubt. 2 years ago, but you even saw it 2 years ago. Dylan went through a 2 week stretch where he wasn't getting hits and he was struggling. It's inevitable. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, you start getting selective at the plate. Like, even this is going to happen to Curiel too, where you feel like you're taking pitches that are balls that turn out to be strikes, and then you start second guessing. You're seeing it happen to Ashton Larson right now. Like, you're seeing it in real time, to where he's trying to. What made him great is also one of his biggest flaws.
You want to hear something crazy?
Sure.
Curiel, 21 walks, 11 strikeouts.
Who has the most strikeouts on the team? Like, is anybody over 10?
Curiel, 11, but he has 21 walks. He has 11 punchies, 21
I wouldn't even
walks.
said he had 11.
Jared Jones, 15 walks, 9 strikeouts. Milam, 11 walks, 2
I heard
strikeouts.
that yesterday.
Jake Brown,
Man after my own heart.
5 walks, 2 strikeouts. Dickinson, 9 walks, 7 strikeouts. Stanfield, 11 walks, 11 strikeouts. Hernandez, 5 walks, 7 strikeouts, so not
bad.
crazy. He's not striking out a ton. Josh Pearson, 12 walks, 5 strikeouts. Been hit 6 times. He's the new Gavin Dugas. Getting hit all the time.
Oh, was it Bo Jordan, that guy?
But yeah, he got hit a ton. I think he broke the record, whatever. But that shows me the type of at-bats they're putting together, and that translates. Obviously, talent's going to get better. It's not going to be that. Not everybody's going to have that. They're going to have some stretches. But for what they're doing right now, and they're not chasing it, that's pretty impressive.
God, I'm not looking forward to the conjecture that comes out on the old Tiger droppings whenever this does happen, because it will.
It's going to happen.
It's going to be like, why is he there? Why is he playing? All of these things that you all inevitably hear, but baseball's going to baseball. The Fonz asked Mikey and Mitch, boudin balls or crackling?
Crackling.
Really? Mm-hmm. Chicken crackling or normal?
I like chicken better, but I like both. You didn't think I was going to say that?
Mm-mm.
What do you like?
I like, when crackling's good, it's great. But it depends on what kind of pieces you're looking for.
I'm from Lafayette. We got some good ones down there.
Where?
Down in the surrounding areas of Lafayette.
I know. Where do you go?
A couple different places. Bro Bridge got some good spots. Karen Crow's got Scott has a really good spot.
All the places you can get speeding tickets. Have great boudin and crackling.
Mm-hmm.
Karschners.com. Mm-hmm. Would love a sponsorship.
Good. Yep, that'd be amazing.
That's Mikey and Mitch. Another food. Do you eat pizza cold in the morning? And why? Is it always the cheap pizza the best to do so?
We've had this conversation, me and you.
About the heating it up part.
So, depends on how lazy I want to be. What do I like better? I like it heated up.
Would you rather cold pizza or microwaved pizza?
Cold pizza. Yes.
But if you want to take the time and effort.
But if I know I'm going to eat pizza.
This is a hangover or not hangover discussion.
Right. If I'm hungover, I don't really want to. But
Well,
if
still
I
on the
know
table?
if I know this is going to be a possibility, probably in the near future, I'll walk by the oven, turn it on, let it warm up a little bit, and then I heat it up in the oven, so it gets a little crispy.
Timer on?
Right. No, kind of like just because I know it's not going to be that long. It's not because I don't want to cook it. I just want to heat it up. Right. You have.
Preheat to
What is your move though?
my
I
move-
like your move. I've never done your move, but I like your
Still
move.
haven't done it yet?
No, still haven't done it. I mean, I haven't had pizza in a minute.
Yeah. So that's why I do it this way, because it's a treat to yourself. So whenever you do have pizza, you're inevitably not going to finish it all, I would hope. Unless
I used to finish it.
Yeah, there's a time. But leftover, you go skillet on top of the oven, like cast iron if you got it. Little butter down.
Not the stove.
Stove top.
Stove top. So not in the oven. You said oven.
No, I said on top of the oven, so stove top.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you have the oven underneath the stove top,
Right.
underneath the stove.
Yeah, I don't know how, some people have more means than others, but stovetop, cast iron, heat it up, put a little something down, a little substance down first, crust on. And
You go crust down though, right?
Crust down, of
Don't go.
course.
Obviously, you
No,
don't because
no,
you get the cheese and all that stuff
Yeah,
falls
yeah,
off.
That would be a disaster.
Yeah, crust down.
Couple pieces in that, it comes back to normal. Then you cover it for like the last 3 minutes, I would say.
3 minutes. How long do you keep it in there?
Then you go like to 5, and then like a 3, cover, turn off, let it rest, take it out.
Okay.
And it's
so talk
back
me through
to
this.
life.
So talk me through this. You heat up the skillet, so you let it get hot.
Mm-hmm.
Then you put the pizza in, crust down. For how long?
I would say like 4 minutes.
Okay, so 4 minutes, crust down. Then
Turn it down.
Turn it down to like low heat, and you put the cover on for 3 minutes. So 8 minutes total that you're in the oven, in the skillet. Then you turn it off, and you just let it sit in there.
I could say you could either take it off or let it sit in there, depending on how much work you want to do. But
Okay.
yeah, you get. I mean, it's also a check and replace type deal.
Okay.
Like, keep
Yeah,
an
of course.
eye
You
on
got.
it.
Yeah, right.
You're working
for sure.
it. You're working it. But
Okay.
if you did, it's not a perfect world.
Yeah.
But it's never going to be worse than it was before, cold or oven or microwave. Also, some people do the what's the newfangled?
The
Air fryer.
air fryer. Jesus Christ.
If
Yeah,
you-
that's
you
supposed
could
to like
pop
air
it-
fryers
yeah,
are great. Air
fryer
fryers
would
are
probably
great.
do it just
It's more of a
fine,
convection.
but
It's like a convection
It makes
oven.
you feel like you cooked.
Yeah.
Ask
LSU
Mikey,
losing,
bitch.
LSU losing by 14.
Yeah, was it second half yet?
Nope.
Might be a LSU second half play then.
Maybe.
Ask Mikey and Mitch. What's the better feeling? Game saving / ending full layout catch, or a base hit to win a game?
Game saving, game ending, layout catch. Oh, you said base hit to win the game, or just base hit?
It just says or base hit, but I would imagine
I mean, a walk off hit,
nothing better.
nothing better. But if I'm talking about just a hit or laying out to end the game, like that's
Fistpump.com.
Yeah.
I think the video's out there somewhere.
somewhere. Ole Miss.
Bangs.com. Don't go to it.
Don't do that.
Ask Mikey and Mitch. Did y'all ever have anyone that was the designated pregame speech giver, or was there someone who gave the best mid-game pep speech?
We didn't have a ton of mid-game pep speeches.
I feel like that's a coach.
That would be a coach, but like on the team, we didn't really have a bunch of rah-rah. Like, everybody knew what they needed to do, and like people would say. But the best speech giver, we'd all
Rally.
we would
They
all
still
like,
do it.
Who?
It feels like LSU still does that. Like
Right.
guy
Well,
gets-
you get in the thing like we didn't really like. We didn't. Nobody was really in the middle. They kind of evolved that. I don't even know if they do that anymore. But
they do it in the dugout.
well, they don't do it anymore because of Cabeloso towards ACL. Remember? Yeah. And so, but we'd run like we do our sprints, right? So you'd have the pitcher, or the coach, like acting as the pitcher, and you go and do your sprints. Well, Javi Sanchez was that guy, and then we'd all line up and get in the middle, and Javi would always have a speech, and he had a Wolfpack speech before the national championship game, the last game of the season, and I wish somebody had it. If we had what they had now,
The brand.
it would have gone viral. And he did it in his, he had a little bit of a Cuban accent, and he fucking nailed the delivery of it, and it was awesome. Awesome. And I wish,
It's something that you remember but don't remember.
yeah, and he didn't make up the speech. He probably found it and damn, this is really good. But he delivered it like a champ. And
That's
yeah,
elite.
the best.
Ask Mikey and Mitch. Did Paul Maneri pay attention to the opponent's starting pitcher count the way that Jay does?
The pitch count, the amount of pitches he's thrown?
From the opponent.
As in what? Hey,
That's-
this guy's got a lot of pitches, so he's going to come out? Or,
I don't know. Yeah, I understand what you're asking.
You know,
is it 3-1, 2-2.
where,
The Fonz is probably in here.
what are we talking about as far as
Fonz.
pitch count goes? Boy, LSU's about to get blown out the gym. Yeah, to answer your question, I think he did work. He did pay attention to it, but I don't think it was something that it was he made game plans based off of.
Yeah, because I'd imagine he's asking based off of, you saw Jay go up to Braswell when he was down 0-2, and I think that was more based off, the swings that he was making, because it felt like he was trying to leave the park when it was bases loaded, and he got down to 0-2 extremely quickly, and he's like, buddy, just do you. You don't have any struck out anyway on a ball outside. But I think that was part of, it doesn't matter what you do at the plate right now, that you're still going to get opportunities at the plate. But
Yeah,
that would be a count situation versus a.
The only count situation that I remember that he had times where he would make, feel part of the game. It was 3-0 against Georgia my sophomore year, and their pitcher, who was, I guess, their Saturday night guy, I had hit a home run early in the game, and there was runners on second base, and I was 3-0, and Maneri looked at me and said, "Hey, change up. Watch the change up." And I was like, 3-0? All right. Threw me a change up and hit a homer in center field. Yeah. So, it's there. I guess there's moments where you feel it, but as far as pitch counts, I don't really know.
He never did the in-game timeout.
He didn't do that much. If he did it, it was a break in the game.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
Jay calls an offensive
No doubt,
PO.
and we've talked about that. I even told Jay. I was like, I wouldn't have loved that, right? Now Maneri would talk to you on deck, right? Maneri would
Yeah.
if you're on deck, hey, get ready. Hey, can you bunt? Yeah, I can bunt. All right. Hey, McGee, go pinch hit for him.
Yeah.
Go pinch bunt for Mikey.
I don't believe him.
I don't trust him. Go do it. Okay.
Well, you even saw, and this is a little bit inside baseball, because if you're watching, I just happened to catch it on TV, because I watched the Wheels shout out YouTube, the replay this morning, and you saw the Bear Jones home run, right? Where it absolutely leaves. Dickinson's right behind him. When Bear Jones crosses home plate, he's about to leave. He grabs him again, and he tells him something, where it's to look for whatever, and then they go back to back.
Yeah, and
that happens.
That happened too. That happens, right? Hitting coach sees something right before you walk up,
Or a
hey,
player.
Yeah, or a player. Hey,
It looks like
whatever.
this.
Yeah, hey, he's tipping, or usually you're not going to say that right before he goes up to the plate. Hey, make sure you watch his glove tip. I haven't seen it yet. Don't let's
start everything off
Let's
speed.
try it. Yeah, let's try it on. Yeah. But if they see something, then
Say something.
they'll relay it.
To pivot off of that, Josh Noel, up to you. Ask Mikey. The Jones-Dickinson combo is similar to the Cruz-White back-to-back threat. What do you think is the best fit behind them, or is it a matchup thing?
Behind both of them, the third guy. I think it's a matchup thing. Look, I think Pearson's been great back there.
And that Vaughn said matchup or Josh Pearson.
Josh is the guy who's been behind him.
I know.
Yeah, and Josh has been, getting on base, and you have Milan behind him. So now you basically have your best four guys or 4 of your 5 best guys getting on base in a row. 5. Your top 5 guys in a row with Curiel leading off, and then those two guys, and you got Josh Pearson, which you know he's going to put together a good at bat. And even if he's struggling, you know he's going to be able to get the bunt down if those guys are on base and leave it open for Milan. So I like Pearson back there behind him. I think you have the most confidence in him. He's got the most experience.
Also, I mean, I think we said this earlier in the week, but like best start or most consistent he's been since he's been at LSU. Like this might be might not be
the best he's played so far and the most consistent playing time he's gotten.
How much do you think that plays a factor in him being DH? Because you're starting to see, I think Jay's doing the right thing with Gurriel by DHing. He's done it 2 games so far where he's DH'd him.
Oh, yeah. I thought that was his first.
No, second game.
Okay.
I thought the same thing.
Someone corrected us?
No, I heard it on the broadcast yesterday. Yeah.
From Ronnie?
So it might not be true, actually. But having a freshman who, like we talked about, like the lulls that you can go through or getting tired because you're not used to playing 56, 60, 65 games in a year, like how much does that help you just from a hitter's approach to be able to, like, I'm just going to sit down here and hit?
Yeah, I mean, the more reps you get.
Because you're seeing Pearson do it because he's never really been in that spot, at least in my, like, I could be totally wrong, but I don't remember him being just a DH. Like, I've seen him in left.
Pearson?
Yeah.
Right. He's not the prototypical DH. But like the more at bats you get, the more comfortable you get, the better you're going to swing it, right? That's any hitter.
And you don't have to think about anything else.
No, hey, I'm going to be in the lineup. I'm going to have the opportunity, and I think that, the fact that he's getting that now, you're seeing. We said it before the year, like I'd see him hit double-digit homers if he gets the at bats. I could see him hitting double-digit homers, and we thought it was going to be. We didn't know if it was going to be him or Larson getting majority of the at-bats. It feels like Pearson has earned that over a lot of the guys because of the way he's played.
I feel bad if I'm going to have to leave the Larson take out there. He played so well early. Like, whenever we went to a couple of the scrimmages, like, it just looked so good that you can't keep him out the lineup. Now, I understand why Brown is playing too, because he can run. I mean, he beat out an infield single last night.
And he's gonna start hitting for homers power too. Like the more he gets in, the more at bats he has, the more balls those are gonna start leaving the ballpark for him. They come in bunches, as Jared Jones has shown you. He has 7 of them now, and he had 2 of them 2 weeks ago. Wild. He has 5 in 3 games, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He had He had multi-home runs 2 games in a row, right? Saturday and Sunday?
Yeah, because he didn't
hit one on Friday.
And then he
had
2.
4 on the weekend.
Yeah.
And he had 1 yesterday.
Yeah.
It's 5 in 3 games.
Yeah, pitch to him if you want.
Yeah. Dickinson's got 6.
Speaking of, from Wesley Waltman, do we have a barrel release stat on the team this year?
Oh, that's perfect timing to pull up.
A couple swings?
Well, not the swings. Let's talk about Jared Jones' numbers real quick.
I got those too.
Okay, so right before we get to our swings, because we're going to break down a couple swings, one of them being Jared Jones' swing. The big argument with Jared Jones is he can't hit breaking balls. He wasn't drafted high or drafted high enough, give enough money to go because they don't believe that he can hit the breaking ball. And we said last year, oh, no, he's a lot better at hitting the breaking ball than people think that he was. His freshman year, he was not great. He would admit that. A lot of people would admit that. But most freshmen aren't. That's a big adjustment because you're not seeing that type of breaking ball consistently in high school. So you make the adjustment, and his next year didn't chase near as much. Swung and missed at more than he probably wanted to, but didn't chase as much, which is important, right? Because you have to start. It's progression. So he walked more last year. And he also he had a higher average with them last year. And then this year, up to date, he's lights out against breaking balls. So let's throw the stats up there.
Well, also, do you remember, like y'all said this before, this was last year's show.
Yep.
Like whenever he was coming back, like because obviously the freshman year, then we had him on where he was like stat watching himself, or he could see like his average going down. He's like, I don't know if I'm going to be in the lineup. And you saw him mature from that to whenever people were making a big deal about what they were watching him and like doing the Cape or wherever he was, where feels different. Like he's not hitting a lot of homers. He's striking out a ton, and you're like, he's working on something.
Right.
And then that came from him, like being able to see breaking balls, and that was even at LSU in the inter squads, where it was like he's taking a ton of pitches, and that was something that you brought up. Where like, no, he's not doing that because he wants to. He's doing it because he has to.
He's doing that because he's teaching himself. This is what he's working on. Like he understands. And look, this is it. 2023, his freshman year, he hit 190 on breaking balls. He slugged 390, not good. All right, he whiffed at 44% of the breaking balls, and he chased at 35% of it. Right,
basically Pedro Serrano.
Yeah, not good. Right, spin it, not gonna hit it. Right, the next year, average jumps from 190 to 286, slugged at a 730, which is really good, Right, whiffed at probably a higher rate than he wanted to. Right, 45%, but his chase rate went down 7%, which over the course of the year is a lot, right?
It's like average.
Right, that's about average chase rate, right? Then, I know he had gotten the SEC play, so these numbers are a little bit skewed because the pitching isn't good, but it shows the progression. He's hitting 483 on breaking balls. He's hitting 448 on the year. So he has a higher average against breaking balls than other pitches. His slugging percentage is .862, which is insane. And his whiff rate is 29%, which is unbelievable. And his chase rate is 26%. So every year he has gotten better and better and better and better. And I think that, him coming back this year probably is one of the better things for him because it's not about stats for him. It's not about how many home runs is he going to hit. It's about that. Hey, how much better of a hitter are you going to become, right? He's walking a ton, striking out a lot less, and he's still hitting with power. He's got 30 base hits, and 15 of them are extra base hits.
He almost stole another bag last night, too.
I think he was safe.
I think he was, too.
I think he was safe. Yeah. But I had gotten those stats, and I wanted to really highlight that because it shows the work that he's put in to become a complete hitter.
It's the maturation at the plate, right? Because like I said, you go from somebody that was worried, like dogged about his average, just his average, not curveball, whiff rate, any of that, and to see, and not only is that a testament to Jared Jones, but also like this is what Jay Johnson does. Like if you're a transfer portal guy, if you're a recruit, you're like, I can get you better as a hitter. What he's doing with Stanfield, like same thing. You saw it last year with Roswell.
And a lot of credit goes to Chief, the hitting coach, right? Jamie Tutko, I was talking to him earlier today. He was like, you really need to get Chief. And Chief, if you don't know who Chief is Mark Wanaka. He's the hitting coach for LSU, and he says he's the hitting guru. He's the guy that these guys believe in, trust in, and work with all the time. Obviously, Jay's got his. He puts his spin on it, but him and Chief kind of like work hand in hand together, right? Simpatico, right? They're aligned. Alignment. We've heard that a lot over the last 4 years. Hadn't heard it much lately.
Oh, no, not from this squad.
Yeah, hadn't heard it much lately. But and so you have to give credit to him because he's done a really good job kind of helping these guys grow and get better. And you're seeing that with his stats.
I mean, like I said, I think you're seeing it from whether it's – and it's hard to go like year-to-year progression off of like a freshman to sophomore year because you would indubitably think you would get better. Like, but Milam, like his approach at the plate where he only has 2 strikeouts is insane, and being able to put him at the that's testament to the depth. You could put him wherever. Feels like he still like sneaks up on people that you can't really test him anywhere. If you leave one over the zone, he's going to swing.
Hey,
at
the
it.
pink sleeve and the pink.
The
pink sleeve and the pink shin guard is awesome.
Elite.
Fire.
Didn't see that coming. Haven't seen it yet. First
Swaggy.
time. And that's
Swaggy.
one more last because you brought that up. Conkle. Ask L&M. Best swag on the team. Sleeves, eye black, etc., whatever. What Milam pulled out yesterday.
That
with the
looked
gloves, good. He looked like he didn't play for LSU for a second.
Yeah, before that, Dickinson's pretty swaggy.
Yeah.
He's got the earring and like that plays. Stanfield looks really cool up there.
He was wearing Ray-Bans in the outfield.
Yeah.
But
last night's fit from Milam was.
If I can get one fighting from Milam, it might be Tanner Reeves. Like to pull out the fighting necklace. I'm telling you. I just need one game. Do it for me.
I can see John Pearson doing it.
Yeah.
You know?
But I could actually see Jake Brown doing it.
You think?
Yeah, he's a goofball.
Someone needs to bring out the not the fight necklace, the
Choker?
the
puka?
Yeah,
Puka
the
shells? God. It's amazing when you go back in time and look at, like, this was cool, and then you realize. Also, I had this conversation a bunch. Somebody has to have the balls to bring back the Oakley old school M frames.
I think they're bringing it back. I think they remade them.
Yeah, but they've got like a weird cut in them. I'm just saying, I want like the ones from like 98,
Those are my
2000.
favorites. Those are my favorites.
They were like, if somebody wears them again, it would be you could get a cut from Oakley to bring those things back.
Yeah, those are my favorites.
We said, I don't know the names we brought up. Bear Jones was the first one. I was like, he could pull it off. Like, he looks like Mark McGuire already.
Yeah, he could pull them off. He's got the big enough body.
Yeah, they would look. He might get tested.
Yeah, he could do it for sure. Yeah.
Fonz is watching USA versus Bahamas beach soccer elite.
Wow.
Oh, Larson fighting dude, maybe, probably. Like, I'm telling you, some of these kids have them still.
No shot. Fighting.
You think it phased out before they were in high school?
Mm-hmm.
Did you
remember those balance bands?
Yeah, copper.
Yeah,
copper.
You go into the mall and they try to show you and like, oh, it works, and like they yank you and it doesn't work. It's like, okay, like easy. You're telling me that this band on my left wrist is gonna increase my balance?
You know how much money they made?
So much. Big scam.
Was fighting it? Was they selling performance or?
That was the same thing too.
Oh, I just thought that.
Fighting was the same thing. It was supposed to help you like something. I don't know.
Should have asked Milazzo. He's old enough to know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I guess they.
All right,
I rocked one.
I did too.
I was okay. I was gonna ask
for a little bit.
Good.
All right, let's get to these swings. Bring up Bear Jones's first since we're talking about it, and this was off a breaking ball. So,
what's it? Home run 1 and home run 2.
Home run 1.
Okay.
He hit a lot of them. We don't have to bring up all of the swings. Oh, so you cut it just to this. Perfect. Okay, so stop. No, this is not right. This is early in the year.
Oh, it is. Hold on.
This is the one we broke down earlier.
Yeah. Give me 1 second.
It's all right. It's okay. A lot of home runs from Bear. So there's a confusion.
Oh, this is the new one.
Yeah, because you got the dual screen.
Yes.
Also, Pink. Was it a Breast Cancer Awareness Day?
Month?
Or month? Is Breast Cancer Awareness Month? All right, go back. Obviously, it's sexy. I mean, it was pink. It's something, right?
I feel like they do that in the NFL.
They do that everywhere.
Well, it's a quick Google away. Anyway.
Okay. All right, I want you to pause it when he loads. Stop. Okay. So he gets back in his hip, right? So Jared has a lot. Some people like load different ways. As long as you get back in the hip and you get to the spot that you want to get, like you get to landing spot where you're balanced. That's the most important thing. So he loads and he kind of has this he kind of like picks up his front leg and just kind of like brings it forward. Doesn't slide it forward. Doesn't leg kick. So he loads. Good next frame. Okay. Now he goes forward, right? You have to go a little forward. So he's banking on there being a fastball. This is what I like most about Jared's setup is when he gets to that spot, right? You see his back elbow like locked and loaded, right? So like he is there and he's launching here. So he looks like he is just kind of like loaded in there. It's kind of like a rubber band effect. Now, can you go a little bit further? Stop.
Ooh, it gets away from me.
Mm-hmm. Can you use this keyboard?
Tell me when.
Stop. Okay, so now he's loading. When he lands, he is loading, and he is now driving his back hip, to replace his front hip, right? So like he literally is in this spot, and when he's loading and he's launching this way. His hands are not coming first, which I love. You do not want your hands to come first because you want your hands to come last. Because your hands come first, you lose power. All your power comes from your legs, right? So when he lands and he comes forward with his hip and he's driving with his hip, now everything has to come this way, through this way, and then he just drives it through. Now finish it. Wait, you have to go back. So you're gonna get to like right before he makes contact. Stop. That's pretty good extension. Okay. Stop. Okay. So now, his hip is driving through, and look at his bat lag. Like, look how tight his bat is to his back shoulder. That's what they call connection, right? So he's got his arm, and he's got his bat, and his ball is, you can see from the front angle too, like he is ready to go. And this is a breaking ball. So he's ready for the fastball. Like if it was a fastball, ball's hammered, right? And so he is in this position where his front leg's not quite locked out. His back leg still has some room for him to get through it. And his bat is basically connected to his back shoulder, and it's super tight. It doesn't get away from his body. All right, now try to go slow to the next frame. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be a hard one.
Slow it down.
I mean, that is. And you don't usually see him let go with one hand, but this is because he's trying to get a little bit more extension. So it's a breaking ball. He's ready for the fastball, but he's got so much bat lag and he's got so much time because he's in a really good position and he's connected that he's able to carry it a little bit longer. And then once he makes contact to keep that extension, that's why he lets go of the bat. And this ball is smushed. And look at that extension. So palm up, palm down, which our guy didn't mention the first time, and then he brings it up to me at the end of this conversation. Yeah, palm up, palm down. Yes, that's what you want. So, like, he's here. Now palm up, palm down. He stays through it, and he finishes through the baseball. Like, that is some major extension. And this is a breaking ball. It catches out in front, but I catch the barrel. And this ball was hit 110 off the bat, 420 feet. It's pretty sexy.
You're right. I've never seen him do the one-handed finish before.
He doesn't do it, and that's okay. That's sometimes you get the one-handed finish because you want a little bit extra extension, and the only way you can do that is if you're connected in your body, and your body is all working in the same direction. You don't lose your hands. You don't lose your connection. Your hands don't get away from your body. You're able to ride that out just a little bit longer and then get that extension. Great swing. Great swing. Jared would love that swing too if he was able to see it today.
He's with us. Rest in peace.
He's with us.
Spirit.
All right, we got another one. Oh, you're getting the other homer?
Yeah, it's the same one. I just want to buy myself time.
I mean, this is sexy. Like backside driving through that.
Who you want next?
And his foot comes off the ground. A little back foot comes off the ground a little bit, lands back. That's how you know he got through it.
Milam?
Let's do Milam. I don't know. Do people like this? Is this something that people enjoy me doing, breaking down?
How couldn't they?
All right.
I feel like inside baseball is always great baseball. Especially considering the last few things.
I need a bat now to, demonstrate it.
I've got a small... Use a guitar. All
Yeah.
right, here comes Milam.
With the swag. Milam's going to be a little different. I love Milam's setup. Obviously, he's wide base. Big. That's a common theme you're seeing with Jay Johnson teams. Wide bases. So he's wide, quiet, load. Gets in his hip. Has a little mini leg kick. Gets down. So now you see how he's connected? So you see his thing? Like he's still connected. He's loading, connected. And then when he lands, he's still balanced. He doesn't lose his body one way or the other. That's extremely important. You can, no matter how you stand, as long as you keep that posture, when you offer at the baseball, then you're going to put yourself in a really good spot.
You almost see him load twice, like bang, bang.
Stop. So what he does is he's like loading. It's almost like he does like a toe tap and then a leg kick. So like he's like loading,
Sammy
stops his
Sosa.
rock, and then boom, right? Which fine. And then he loads. Can you get back to that? That was a good spot for you to stop it. Whoa, stinky leg.
Tell me when.
Stop. Okay. So now this pitch is kind of, I don't want to say it's up because it's not up, but it's like, middle to upper part of the zone. And so he's driving his back shoulder through it. Look at his legs. His legs are driving the baseball first, right? Like his back hip's driving through it. His back shoulder, everything's staying connected. Now his back elbow is coming through. His hands are above the baseball, right? If your hands are below the baseball, then you're going to have to swing like this, right? It's impossible. If your hands are above it, then now your barrel can come through it, and you can create that launch, not swinging up, but you're creating that level, the bat plane. Keep going. Next frame slow. See how this pitch is a little up, not too high, but a little upper part of the zone. Try to stop it at contact. Look at that extension. So he gets it, and now look, palm up, palm down, back foot off the ground. So he's
Rod Carew.
He's driving his force into his front side. Palm up, palm down, getting right through it. You should be able to, whenever you finish your swing, you should be able to always take a picture and almost look like you're pointing the bat at the pitcher. It pretty much looks like what he's doing. His ball is smushed. Finish homer. I mean, that's how a small guy like that can generate a lot of that juice. Same with Pearson, right? Those guys are able to generate. You don't generate power with your upper body. You generate all the power with your lower body and the ground, and they use their ground really well.
I just want to let this guy have a moment. I think he knows. Oh,
what happened? Oh, you're just going to him.
No.
Damn, he knows it. It's okay. It's part of it, kid.
You get him next time or not?
Part of it. Do you want one more or are we done?
We have a couple more.
We don't do both of them.
We also have.
We have Curiel.
You want Brown or Curiel?
We haven't done Brown yet. We've done Curiel, right?
Yes. I love his swing too.
Who, Curiel?
No,
Brown. Me too.
It's
It's a little bit different.
It's just a matter of time though.
I say
think
different.
he's got more juice in the tank.
Oh yeah. He's more of the quick, wiry swing, which I like. Stop. No, go a little bit further. So obviously, good load. So he does a load where he's almost in his stride. He just kind of loads in his back leg and then goes a baby stride. All right, he doesn't really his foot doesn't really come off the ground, but you see, same thing. The common theme there is they're all literally locked and their back shoulder is I call it scapula. It's not really a scapula, but it's loaded and it's sitting there and it's ready and his body is connected to his lower half. So now when he offers at it, there's no leak. Oof. And this is deep. This is catching this ball deep, right? There's no leak with your hands. If you're leaking with your hands and your hands come first, there ain't no way you're hitting this baseball, or you're fouling it off, right? You're flaring it, filleting it. They do call it fillet, but you're flaring it to left, right? You're just that's all you're all hands.
Inside outing it.
Yeah, you're all hands. You just kind of whatever. But he is driving through his backside, and then his hands come through, and that allows him to catch this ball deep. And then allows him to drive. I mean, that's a fucking awesome swing. Right back up the middle.
Almost killed him.
When you talk about
hitting where it's pitched.
Sometimes, and I've told this to people sometimes, and they like I'm crazy. When I'm not feeling great, I would rather that than hit a homer. Because I know if I'm doing that, I'm right.
That's hitting the O screen.
Yeah, I am hitting a line drive on the barrel right through the middle, at the guy's face. And I'm like, damn, that you've got to be, and obviously homers are great, but like anybody can kind of run into one, you can kind of guess and cheat. When you do that, you ain't cheating. That is a good swing. These guys are swinging a really good, and like this all this stuff translates, right? This all like the Bear Jones being out ahead of that, and being ready for a fastball like that. That's important, right? I used to always think, I want to hit that fastball inner half to right center. If I can time a fastball to do that, then I'm gonna be able to be on the other pitches. You go look at Trout's homers in his career. Trout hits the ball middle into right center field better than anybody, and then he hits the ball in the outer half to left center better than anybody.
Cruz does it well too.
Cruz does it extremely well.
And it doesn't always translate to homers, but his gap to gap power.
That is extremely well. Extremely well.
If you're wondering if people like it, the day I don't enjoy pro ball players breaking down swings. Thank you, by the way, pro ball player.
Appreciate you.
Breaking down swings is the day I'm dead.
Okay.
Yeah. So
all right.
Blessed to have you and Jay Mitch's knowledge.
Appreciate that.
And also need a breakdown of Lloyd.
Sometimes someone would say that's a red flag. Our guy.
What? Oh,
Coach.
Yeah, that's true. I'd love to see him in the chat, wherever you are, sir. He's probably coaching. Also, they need a breakdown of my post-prom Grand Slam swing.
Do you have it?
No.
Oh.
I don't even remember it.
I would love that.
Me too. It'll be playing on repeat in the house.
I would love to go break that down for you.
I have no clue what happened. All I know is that the coach was like, why are you running so fast? Because I don't know what else to do. Take off.
Just take off.
Not throw up. I do have the last out I recorded, though. And that's on film somewhere.
Wow. So Kansas baseball is playing a game. I guess I don't know if it's a tournament or a game. They're playing in Minnesota Vikings
I
Stadium.
saw that.
They went back to back to back to back to back. 5 straight homers.
The field looked crazy.
Crazy. Some dude ran through like the outfield wall.
Well, did you see the also speaking of back to back to back to back, did you see the I forgot which manager it was for Major League Baseball team. He was on like the headset during a game and they were like asking him questions the entire time and it went back to back. And he had to sit there and be like,
in spring training though?
Yeah. But still.
Yeah.
Brutal.
Tough.
And that's why Jay will get off that thing. I mean, he even said it the last time they did an in-game interview. Like, they're going to stop doing it to him.
Well, they did it, Schlossnagel, right? They didn't like, when he did it when he's at A&M, it was like this big jinx. Every time they interviewed him, something bad happened. Until the SEC tournament, I think, then finally something good happened. All right. I'm glad y'all enjoy the swing breakdowns. I enjoy doing them. I would like to continue to do them with me and Jared next time he's in.
Yeah, but it didn't offer much, boys.
No, you don't have to. You just, I mean,
all I know is that Bear Jones has an elite golf game as soon as he's done playing baseball in about 30 years.
I mean, he is going to have the biggest draw.
Oh, yeah.
Like the best.
Well, no, he keeps his hand so inside.
I know, but that's why I'm saying he's going to stay inside of it and he's going to go, whoop, and it's going to be this big, high baby draw.
Yeah, because that's different than a lot of baseball players. Everybody hits like a huge fade whenever they start playing golf.
Right.
Like it's always contact, twit on it. I don't know why that happens, but
I don't finish my golf swing.
But that's happens to a lot of baseball players. They hit
right. Well, I didn't have.
And hockey players do the opposite. They come so over the top.
I come over the top
and cut it.
Yeah, both.
That's called the old double cross.
Double miss, double cross. But I yeah, it's just. I'm working on it.
He's going to hit it. Yeah, we're both.
But I don't finish.
I'm not in the position to talk about golf
I don't
right now.
finish my golf swing. Like I was telling someone the other day, I was like, I wish the ball was coming towards me. I could get through it. I don't get through I get stuck on my backside.
You do get stuck, yeah.
And I don't love that.
Have you ever? Oh yeah, you've seen video of yourself, huh?
Yeah, I need a video of myself. I need a video of myself more. On my driver.
On the course.
I need a video of myself on the driver.
There's nothing worse like. Probably that, or like if you saw like a sex tape of yourself, you'd be like, I don't really need to see that. Like, I knew it wasn't great, and sometimes it is great. I'd love to see that one, but they never get that one on video.
I did get a good piece of advice the other day. They said, hey, don't stop worrying about everything else. Get set up to the golf ball, and when you go back and you finish,
chest.
All you think about is finish with your belt loop pointing forward.
I've heard that a million times. You forget all the things like. If you
And I
had
did it, and I was like, damn, 3 straight. And then I did on the first hole, 45 yards into the green. And I was like,
at U Club.
yeah. And because I went over the trees on the right, like so.
Yeah, a line that nobody else takes.
If I'd have gone left
Aim
of
at the
it,
back bunker.
but I
and
landed
can't
just in the
reach it.
rough, right? So it
Yeah.
didn't run. But if I go left of it, like probably 5-6 yards left, I'm in the fairway, and it
yeah.
probably runs a little bit more. I'm not saying it drives the green, but like it's up there. And
I don't
was
even
like,
wanna
damn.
be that
And
close to
Billy
it.
Joe Tolliver gave me the lesson. He was ahead of me in the group. And he's on there, and he looked at me. I said, "Thanks,
Yeah,
Billy
yeah.
Joe. Appreciate you, buddy."
That's a
Yeah.
great tip. But if
Yeah.
I had a nickel for every tip I had,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ! Like you, and that's the other thing about golf. Like, good luck. I go up there with no swing thoughts. Like I just eliminate them. At least when
Yeah.
I'm playing well.
I try to.
I did not. Good
Doesn't work.
God,
I'm a big feel guy, and that doesn't work.
it can.
Doesn't work. Not when you don't have. You have to have good muscle memory.
Yeah, you
You
had to
know?
have a at some point
Yeah.
it had to be good,
Yeah.
and it hasn't been good ever. So, for me,
No, you're good. You're better than you give yourself credit.
but
for.
like old buddy says in the on Twitter, like to prove his point wrong, you can swing like Jim Furyk or you can swing like Fred Couples. Doesn't have to be pretty, or it
Doesn't.
can be.
Doesn't the prettiest part
As
of the
long
golf
as you-
swing is
as
the
long-
tempo?
As long, yeah. Ugh. I would kill for that. At some point,
Yeah.
like,
I just
I
have
don't
to.
know what I would
I have
give,
to. I have
but
to trust
anything.
myself.
but it'll never look like that.
No, I don't need to. But I just have to trust myself with
That
my
it does.
irons
I want to believe that
know-
it does, though.
To know that I can get inside of it, and it's gonna be. It's gonna. I have to trust that.
I could
my,
give you
my
a
face,
drill that it's
my face
miserable.
is gonna get square. But I don't trust myself, so then I end up trying to keep
Kill
it
it.
square. No, just keep it square, and then all of a sudden I get a yanks, or you know what I mean. Like I gotta just.
Finish with that glove towards the pin,
Yeah.
then turn it. It all happens quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Who's our boy?
Flip the wrist at the head contact. You know,
Yeah, it's easy,
easy.
but don't flip them too much because
Not
you're
too
gonna be
much.
Tommy
And not
White.
too early.
Yeah,
Then you start capping balls.
yeah. Who's our guy that you love? The young buck.
Nap.
Yeah, nice. I would murder for that, and to look like it.
I love his swing. I got invited to the Zurich this
To
year.
play?
No. I'm gonna go watch.
Have you ever been there?
To the Zurich? I've never been to the Zurich Classic.
It's wild.
I know. And I
Last-
love that they did the match
Partner. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
that made it more wild. It's like a mini.
play.
Waste management.
Yeah, they needed the match play, the partner thing.
They loved it. Have you seen it on Full Swing?
Yeah.
They love it.
Roy's going back, he said.
Yeah, and they did it drunk. Like they made the deal drunk, and I was like, "That's great." And like, you still want to go? It's like, absolutely. But
And
I
they
did.
won, and he said, "Are you coming back?" He goes, "I know I will." Was it
Shane Lowry.
Shane Lowry said, "I know I am." He's, "Oh yeah, hell yeah, I'm coming back."
If you're here, I'm here. But the last time I went to the Zurich, there was somebody that I knew that was shirtless in the middle of the 18th fairway, smoking a joint, and nothing happened. Like nobody cared.
Wow.
And I was like, this might be the last time you can get away with that. But it's New Orleans. We'll
Yeah,
squirrel it.
yeah, you can get away with that, I guess. At times.
Speaking of mistakes of the day,
Yeah, mistake of the day.
no video for this one.
Okay. I don't know if you can have it.
I have to subscribe.
Ah,
Subscribe. There's no other place to go than Cancun, Mexico.
Is that where
for
they're
spring
at?
break? What are we doing with Bonnie Blue? All-time run, but
What if they don't know who that is? Why don't you explain who that is?
oh, she is the girl that slept with 1,000 men in a day and then got her video demonetized or not allowed to be published because they couldn't prove the age of everybody in the video. So she doubles down and goes to spring break, where I'd imagine you have to be 18, and is now making content with, as she phrased it, every small dick college bro in sight I would like to have sex with. And these people are outing themselves on Twitter because this is the same thing. Remember when we had the conversation about whoever that girl was that everybody threatened, like their whole family was going to sue everybody, and like same people. Like these
The
are
other person.
Like these are the burners. No, the
Yeah.
burner
Oh.
accounts of college, like same guys, and now they're just openly outing themselves and posting themselves on Twitter. But don't know if that's a mistake or not, but I do know it is later at some point, because if you've had sex with 1,000 people in one day, I would imagine that something's going to happen.
I mean, you'd imagine.
But I know what spring break is like.
You ain't ever been on spring break like that.
No, and that's why it's almost a curtain call. Or
Almost.
curtains call.
Borderline. You know, it's love and hate. You know, there's a fine line between hatred and love.
Heaven and hell.
You know what I mean? Like,
I would be not in the mix.
no, listen, that's a tough deal. I wouldn't be able to do it. No shot.
No, you're a married man.
Of course, obviously. But like it's a lot going on. It's too much. That's too much. All right, curtain call.
You tell me you don't want to be this guy?
No. I do not. She's spitting in his mouth.
Yeah.
That's disgusting. That's
Sinner.
gross. That's disgusting. Do not want to be that guy. Never want to be that guy.
What about this guy in the back, left?
Nope. That's disgusting.
That's worse.
Let's move to another. Let's move to
Would
another
you
picture.
rather weigh that much or
Let's-
get spit in your mouth?
Let's
by a
move to
porn
another
star?
picture. Let's move to another picture. Curtain call.
Curtains
Please tell me you
call
got
to
something
her.
better than that. Curtain call. Yes. Brought to you by our friends at Perkins McKenzie.
Is it fair to say curtain call? No, I'm kidding.
No.
Justin Reed. I think it's also don't know what the Saints are doing. Like they're kind of dabbling in whatever, like contender, not contender. We're going to spend money, but we can't. And I don't know what they're going. But it's cool to see another Louisiana guy come back home, be able to play for the Saints. Because this is what they're doing. They're tricking us. And it's working every time. To where you get Tyrann Mathieu, bring him back. Another Louisiana cat and Jarvis Landry whenever that happened. And now you have Justin Reed. Obviously, he didn't play at LSU, but from Louisiana, like they're
Went to
tugging
Stanford.
they're tugging on your heartstrings a little bit, and it still plays for me. And he's a good player.
Yeah.
Got him for.
Hey, look. You know that's not a backup kicker either.
Also true. Yeah, if you're groupie, you should be nervous.
Yeah. Maybe this guy's gonna be a dual position player.
I don't think
Talking
groupie's gonna
about
be a
Travis
dual-
Hunter. By the way, I was a groupie during the Steve Gleason golf tournament. He is tiny.
Tiny. Like
Tiny.
me, ish.
Yeah. Like looks like he's in high school.
Yeah, I mean he's the one that got that security stopped him when he tried to go on the field for pregame.
Yeah.
Like what are you doing? He's like, I play here. I'm like, no.
That's crazy.
How do you swing it?
Pretty good. But I didn't play with they
Oh,
were
you
using a
didn't see
different
it?
group. And then
Does he have normal size gloves?
what?
I mean,
I mean whatever. I mean I don't know what gloves he was wearing. I just
no, I
saw
said
him.
clubs.
Oh, clubs. I mean just yeah.
I mean, so tall people get them extended. Short people get them cut down.
Yeah. I think he's got normal size gloves. I think. I didn't measure him. I don't know.
Your curtain call.
I don't
brother.
really have one, brother.
Oh,
I know. I got caught my pants down
Bonnie.
like some of those frat bros.
God, that's gonna be a tough explanation.
I'll tell you. Actually, curtain call. You sent it to me. The Aaron Donald story from Matt Stafford on New Heights podcast.
Dude, Matt Stafford, elite storyteller.
Matt Stafford's awesome. Matt Stafford's a dude that I would love to hang out with.
Yeah.
Feels like he's like right up my alley. Right? Kind of dry, sarcastic, funny.
Probably people think he's a dick, but he's not.
I like him
Yeah.
a lot. I would love to hang out with Travis and Jason Kelsey too, but Matt Stafford seems like he's my dude. But
Yeah, it feels like the Kelseys would be like, it's not a night to go out, but we're going out. Stafford would be like, it's time to stay in.
see, I think they're different.
Yeah.
I think like when you're with them, they're different. Like they do it because they understand the moment sometimes. But yeah, Jason Kelsey's wife seems really cool. She seems like she's a badass too.
I know.
What?
Yeah.
You think you agree? Yeah, Kylie Kelsey, is that her name? Kylie.
Mhm. Kylie Courtney?
Huh?
Kylie Courtney?
Don't know if that has as much of a ring.
Also, Kay Adams, I don't know what she's doing in interviews, but she's getting everybody and like
I love her.
stuck.
I love her. She's got that smile in the eyes. That's
Yeah.
what does it.
Definitely doesn't feel like an interview setting.
Anyway, Matt Stafford talks about a story about Aaron Donald. Everybody already knew how much of a freak Aaron Donald was, right? He was 6'1", 300 pounds, had a six-pack, and was super athletic. And so they had a Make-A-Wish. He said there's a Make-A-Wish. Had this
Great clarification by him also. Be like, he's on the mend. Like,
oh, yeah. So he's like, we had a Make-A-Wish.
Otherwise, it's a terrible story.
He goes, we had a Make-A-Wish kid. And he's like, fortunate for him, he was on the back end of it, right? He had just beaten cancer, which was awesome. And so he was at our facility, and the Make-A-Wish was he wanted to hang out. He was a high school football player. He wanted to hang out with Aaron Donald for a day. Work out with Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald's like, yeah, sure. You can come work out with me. And they said, Matt Stafford said
No, it wasn't even work out. It was come spend the day with me.
Oh, yeah, come spend the day with me.
And he was like, well, this is what I do. And like, so we go to the gym now.
Yeah, so he's like, come to the gym. So basically, this kid's working out with Aaron Donald.
Weight room, right?
And
I'll never forget, we had like
Stafford's talking about, you want to play it now?
No, I don't know if we'll get demonetized for it.
So Stafford's talking about it, and he says that next thing he knows, he looks over, and this high school kid is throwing up in the trash can. Because he is working out with Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald's not taking it easy. He's not like taking reps off. He's making this kid do exactly what he's doing, obviously not the same amount of weights. And this kid starts throwing up in the trash can. He's like, bro, you got to chill out.
They can't do that.
Like,
Curls till we throw up.
Yeah. Chill out. Chill out. And so shout out to Aaron Donald. One speed, baby.
That's right.
That's all he's got, one speed.
If you could beat cancer, you could beat this workout.
Man. Crazy. Wild.
I hope I don't. Well, I don't think I'll ever work out till I throw up again or won't let anybody make me.
I've thrown up one time from working out.
Well, yeah, you're an athlete. I'm not. Like, I'm battling a bunch of different
But, dude, we had some.
Is it Tommy?
No. Mike Ungar. He was our strength coach my junior year. Best shape I've ever been in my life. I'm like, this guy's a psychopath. Like,
I think about that sometimes.
making us do stuff. I'm like, why? And me being the dummy that I am, like, I'm gonna go harder to make sure that they say fuck off, basically. I'm like, that's
He loved
good.
you.
That is a good mentality, but it's like
It's the only one you can have.
And I couldn't. Just mentally, being like the leader, I had to come out first. Like I had to set that example. It was just what I had to do.
Do you think people let you come in first?
No. I could tell if they let me come in first. Because I wasn't
Then
like
I get mad at them.
I wasn't the psycho. I was like, I gotta come out first.
Yeah.
Like it was never verbally said. It was just
It's already established.
I'm
that,
gonna
like,
go do
You're not
it.
going to beat him anyway.
I'm gonna go do it. Jacoby was the only guy that like
Tested.
yeah, because we had the same type of strides. We just
Eat up
go
ground.
and just by the end of the 100 we'd walk the next 5 yards.
They talked to it was Fonz that asked the question on OTB this morning. I was listening to my ride home, and he's like, what feels better whenever I think Hester had a fake punt? No, he blocked a punt in the NFL. He's like, what feels better, that fake punt that you blocked, or no, the punt that you blocked in the NFL, or when you ran over Major Wright for Florida? He goes, nothing better than taking somebody's will. And you could tell he just went back to that spot in his mind. I was like,
yep,
still in there.
Yep.
Like, you're a killer.
Oh, no doubt.
Like, you're a psychopath.
No doubt. I think about that all the time. Like, man, I watched like Going for Gold.
Yeah.
Like I finished that last night, and then you watch
Reacher.
Well, no. I mean, I like Reacher, but like you watch Going for Gold, and you watch like Full Swing, and like you see these guys
Tapping.
It's not really Full Swing as much because I've never been in that golf situation, but like Going for Gold, like you put in all the work, you're in that competitive.
Well, like the Ryder Cup is more like Full
and
Swing.
you have the arena, you have all these people looking at you, and you perform. Like there's no better feeling than that, right? There's no better high.
No drug.
There's no better drug, no better high than like, damn, like people are watching you, and they're expecting something to happen, and you come through, and it erupts. Like you're the man in the arena, right? Like, and now that I'm done, it's like it's hard to find that again, and that's a struggle for a lot of like athletes to find that, right? It's like, and a lot of them don't find it till their kids are old enough or playing sports, and like You know, I talk to Mikie about it all the time. That's why he loves coaching, because he's like, I coach these kids, and it's like I get that adrenaline rush because I want that we work on it, and it's just that competitive nature. That's tough.
Oh, dude. I mean, I get it whenever I like not even big time caddying, but like on like mini tours. Whenever I do it, like you get that sense of like competition. Like I missed this.
Yeah.
Like, I love being in this spot right now.
Doubt,
I'm not
dude.
even swinging, but I love seeing it.
Dude, it's just
It's
so like,
yeah, it's so hard to find again.
yeah, and it's just
That's
like
why you play. What is like member guest. It's the only thing close enough.
But that doesn't do it for me because I'm not good enough at golf.
Yeah, but
So, like,
you
I don't go
but you
in
want
there-
to be.
Yeah, but I don't go in there with the mindset of like,
There's going to be a time.
whenever I get there, it'll be great.
That's what I'm saying.
But
It
I'm
won't
not-
be the same.
I'm not
but
there yet.
You'll feel the same. It may not be the same arena, same environment.
And part of it, I know we're gonna get to this point, but I think it's a good conversation. Part of it is like being around the guys, like having your teammates, right? Like going through some shit with your boys, and like knowing y'all are trying to get to something. Like it's just
Fuck yeah.
yeah, you can't fucking copy
You
that.
can't duplicate it. No,
No.
that's
and that's why that's why players get into coaching after, because they want to continue
And
to feel that. It's
That's
just,
why dads want sons, and that's when it gets bad.
I mean, if you have it placed in the right spot, it's not bad. But like, yeah, it's just I want that, you know.
I want you feel what I felt.
I gotta find that. I gotta figure out how to get that.
Your poor boy.
Like when I'm running, like yesterday. So yesterday,
You still go to that place?
listen to me. Yesterday, I was like long work day, right? Like stressed. I was working at the house at the end of the day, and I got dressed, and I was like, where are you going? I was like, I'm going. I gotta go run. Like I'm going on the treadmill. I'm
Felt
like,
fat?
I got a lot of. I was like a lot of anxiousness that I was waiting on some things. We talked about this before the show.
Clear my mind.
And I was like, I gotta clear my mind. So I go and I run. I like to watch a show, right? And like usually it's like Reacher, or I was watching Lioness. Like I was like something where I was like easy. I just
Or it doesn't even have to be like motivating.
No,
It's
it
just
wasn't.
to get through it.
distracting it. With this one, I was watching Going for Gold. And I was
God.
watching like France in the arena in France play against Germany, I think it was, or Serbia, whoever it was, to go to the
Oh, it
gold
was,
medal game.
Wherever Jokic is from,
Serbia. And so you're seeing them go, and you're seeing them scream, and you're seeing them yell, and it's like I'm going, all of a sudden, like I am cruising. I am running like I'm training for that. Like I'm gonna get into the Olympics and play basketball, right? Obviously not gonna happen, but it's like you still get that. It's just like I love that.
Yeah.
But you also don't want to be that psycho dad or psycho person that's like, you know, playing in this men's league and you're trying to get super like,
That's the battle.
right? And like you just gotta find out how you can do it. If anybody got any ideas, let me know.
Yeah. Whiskey.
No, that's not gonna do it either.
Ask him and him. Which hitter and or pitcher has been y'all's favorite / biggest surprise so far this year?
Oh, you're gonna throw another question in
The
there.
last one that came in. Tyler Brooks. Shout out. Thank you.
Biggest question? I mean, a biggest surprise?
I would say Case and Evans for me.
Yeah, I mean, he talked a lot about Case and Evans.
Right.
We had never seen it. He's a freshman, so you don't know.
He didn't talk about it until after it happened.
No, he talked about it in the fall.
He did, but I wanted to see it.
Yeah.
And then I see what, I mean, obviously I trust his recruiting acumen. Like, I trust that Jay, if he really wants somebody, he's like, this must be a big-time player. But I didn't, like, that happens a lot.
Yeah. I think Zach Cowan probably. I think that one would be a surprise for me.
And just the role?
No, I knew he was good coming out of Wofford, but, like, you didn't hear a ton about him leading up into the year, and I thought almost kind of like he was an afterthought, right? Because you heard a lot about Connor Ware. You heard a lot about all these freshmen. You heard a lot about these starters. But Zach Cowan was, like, in the background doing his thing, performing. And I'm like, damn, this guy is – I like the way he pitches. Yeah.
It feels like you would hate to face him.
Wouldn't like to face him.
Yeah.
I'd rather a power arm than a guy who can finesse me.
Myers.
Well, I don't like Myers either because it may be at my head or maybe down the middle. That's
Also
also
the
not
worst
good.
thing.
Yeah, also not good.
He did both last night.
Yeah, also not
He
good.
dotted somebody up like 98 his first pitch, then hit the backstop.
Dude, they had a guy at Georgia when we were there. He threw 100. Big dude. Couldn't throw strikes. Just couldn't throw strikes. If he ever figured it out, he'd been the greatest, but he couldn't throw strikes. And so this one, not a lot of people threw 100, right? And he
Ball
comes
was
in,
different.
Yeah. He comes in, and Austin Nola is hitting. And we're already, the game's already over. Like, we're going to win. And Maneri tells Austin, hey, have you ever seen Rookie of the Year? He said, yes. He goes, I want you to sit in the back right corner of the box. And I don't care if he throws you 3 fastballs right down the middle. Do not swing. I just don't get hit. Just don't get hit. Sure enough, he swings the first 2 pitches 0-2. Then the guy hits him in the back 0-2. And Maneri's looking at him. He's like, I'm sorry. Can't get mad at Austin. Gets to first base. Then we face him in the Cape.
Same thing. Hadn't figured it
I
out
tell
yet.
everybody, I said, hey, don't swing. Like, just get out the way. Like, don't let him hit you. First guy hits him. Second guy hits him. I'm like, shit, I'm third. I was like, all right. So I'm sitting there.
You're not going to listen to
and
yourself?
I am not swinging. All I'm trying to do is dodge this thing. So he yanks 3 fastballs in a row away. Ball, not even close, way on the other bat box. I'm thinking like,
Overcorrect.
oh, thank God, right? Like, I'm just going to walk 3-0 pitch right in the back.
Yeah.
Hits me.
Figure this thing out.
Everybody's laughing in the dugout. I was like, I told y'all, this motherfucker.
Keep him in. Take him out. I mean, he's not going to let you at this point.
No.
3-0. I'm
No.
I'm getting something.
I wasn't swinging 3-0.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking
Oh,
about
yeah.
him.
Like, if I'm going to walk you, I'm going to hit
might
you.
as well hit you.
Yeah, screw it.
Now I can locate.
Yeah. All right. Good show.
Fonz, woodworking does it for him. Takes his, like Jesus the Carpenter.
My woodworking would be good.
Whittle.
Yeah, whittle. All right. Hey, this is a good little conversation between me and you today.
It was.
Yeah, great show. Appreciate y'all. We'll be back live in studio on Friday from 1 to 2-ish, previewing the weekend, the first weekend of SEC. LSU losing by 14.
This weekend?
No, right now in basketball. LSU hopefully they don't lose by 14 this weekend. Missouri
Hopefully
game.
they don't lose 14 players.
Missouri starts on the season series starts on Friday night. We will be here Friday previewing the weekend,
We will
talking
be
gambling.
there.
We will be gambling too. We will be
The
gambling.
slate's elite.
Yep. Looking forward to the gambling. We'll talk about that on the
I
show.
think it was D1 baseball that like put out the SEC schedule and they left off LSU Missouri. It's like you could have just put the last one in because it was literally every other series. Like, sorry, it's not the only. It's the number 1 team in the country, by the way, but like,
Right.
it wasn't. Every other team was like a top 25 match.
Yeah, because everybody else in the SEC is basically in the top 25.
Yeah, so that's good. Good fodder before, so everybody on Twitter can go, why didn't LSU sweep the only team that isn't ranked in the top 25?
Yeah, that's a good point. Anyway, all right. Please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel if you can't watch us. If you like listening to us, wherever you get your pods.
They're gonna win Friday,
They are going Friday.
and they're probably gonna win Saturday.
Hopefully they win Sunday, or if they play Saturday. We'll see what the weather does.
Sweet.
We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. We'll see you on Friday.
Broom's out.
Peace. We'll talk about that on